Hey everybody, Rodman here. Thanks for tuning in to Kenshi Birth of a Hive, episode 25. If you need a recap of the rules and goals, they're here. Now, last episode, I was going to have Hella split up from everyone else and check out Mongrel to recruit, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to have her follow the Caravan instead. The Caravan here is going to be led by Minus because he's the slowest, and we are going to skirt around the Fog Islands, head through the Shrieking Forest, and get home. Once we're home, we'll have a bunch of these crafters start their trade work, which is going to be really, really exciting. And then about half of the people that are in the swarm, because the swarm is size 20, are going to then head back out on a trade caravan. Now, if the game looks a little bit different, it's because I have fallen victim to a lot of crashing. So I've also had to disable some of the mods. The last mod I added in was the Hiver prosthetics. I disabled that in case it was the culprit for all of my crashing. And then I also disabled the more combat animations as it's purely cosmetic and known to also cause crashing. I'm also going to be looking at actually building a whole new computer tower to allow me to record in much nicer resolutions and without the crashing element of Kenshi. Kenshi is an unbelievably fun game, but not all that stable of a one. Now, however, I am recording it, so crashing is even more interruptive to me than it would be to you. If you guys are crashing, you just load from the latest autosave, but that's kind of disruptive in terms of a video series, so it makes crashing all the more paramount to avoid for me. So one of the reasons I have Hella falling back in line with everyone else is because the more separate groups you have in this game, the more taxing it is on your hardware. And if you have way too many zones open and active at one time, that also can cause crashing. So I had to run back to us in hopes that it will avoid some of the crashing problems I've been having. Alright, let's steer around the fog. We're not supposed to be in there, even though we're technically not. As you can see, the fog does sort of roll in. Let's see, can we cut this way and not be in fog? Yes, yes we can. Nope, nope, don't go that way. Back on out. Stay clear of the mist. Alright, and we're going to go up the coast and get on home. Nope, up the coast, Minus. Up the coast. I'm just going to have to direct him. He's really not... He wants to jump to the road. And I don't need to be on the road. Let's cut to the road now, that it's easy to do. So these guys have, well, let's stack our meds now properly and make sure that no one has anything they're not supposed to. Alright, so Frenchie has some ninja blades that he should put on a bone dog. Also has a ton of individually stacked meds, but that's fine. As long as it doesn't slow him down too immensely. He says we're on the Fog Islands, but we're really not. It's not foggy. We're on the outskirts. Flirting with danger still doesn't mean that we're going to contract whatever it is. I would say it's really when you're deep in the fog, that's when you're, when I'm not where I'm supposed to be. No point in stopping here, because these hivers aren't going to trade to me. I'm hiveless. A little foggy, but not the kind of fog that kills us. All right. Looking good. One thing I'm going to do is, now that we have a brief moment of safety, I'm going to check on Jay here. There's some things I want to do. So, we're going to have a bunch of people coming to join us, right? Yes. That was rhetorical. We're going to want ceiling lights over the weaponsmith, over the leather, and that's all we'll add, and over the grog as well, and that's what we'll add for now. And then we're also going to want power battery storage, so I'm going to add a battery bank here in this room. What else do we want? We want an item furnace, so I'm going to add it outside of the weapon crafter, because that's probably where we're going to need it. And maybe a light post here for it in the mine. And then on top of that all, let's get some more hive stools for our friends over here. Ground needs to be more level. Alright. There we go. That is a fair amount of construction projects. Pausing, and let's get back to our caravan. You can see the adding materials from a distance. Soon we'll be in the Shrieker. Oh, there's some sort of camp here, isn't there? Whose camp is this? It's not a formal camp, because I don't really see it. Huh. I don't really see it at all. I'm going to have Hella come over here and take a look. Sometimes when you mouse over it... Oh, it's just a nomad camp. Okay. Well, that's not even a formal camp. They probably already pulled up stakes and left. Alright, so we're about to be in the Screamer Forest. We're going to have to be careful. Farmer trader on the way, probably from the nearest hive. Yep. And that will allow us to trade some of our stuff, like the electrical components that we've been amassing, to them. They're not going to have enough money to buy a whole lot, but, you know, the very, very basics. Oh, we've got... So, Hella, how are you? Where are you? Okay, you're already in the group. Good. Because we got some screamers on our 6. They're running the other way. I'm going to take the coastal route and see if there's a way to cut through the coast. Oh, I just ran into one. And I have no idea if I answered correctly. No, I did not. They are hostile as hell. Alright, setting everyone to passive. So they run, they don't fight. Come on, everyone. Move, move, move. We are faster than them, so we can outrun them. Obviously, I did not respond correctly, and they got pissed. So right now, I have everyone individually running the fastest they can, so I don't have people bunching up. If I try to stay in formation, what sometimes it ends up happening is, they bunch up and they get slower. And that's not healthy for anyone. Alright. Thorns really fell behind. Oh, I didn't realize they were still on top of me. I had to lower my settings because of all the crashing I've had. And as a result, I don't load character models nearly at the distance I used to. This is a issue that I'm going to have to solve myself. So they crashed into me as a result, and I didn't really know. But really soon, once I'm in Purple Sands, they really ought to leave me alone. They don't tend to chase you too far out of Purple. Oh, but this foolish babbler has. I was just hoping to stop and patch myself up, because whatever wounds I've incurred are going to be bleeding still. So is this far enough? Is this far enough for them to leave me alone? Yes. Yes, it is. Do a quick health check. So, Ray took a hit to the chest, and so did Cookie. And Crab, Heresy, yeah, everyone got a little busted up, but nothing life-threatening or anything like that. We're still okay. Definitely didn't want to take that fight. A, because I'm 20 strong and not 10 strong, like I'm supposed to be for combat. And B, I'd lose. I think that's kind of the more important point. Jay's doing a good job of crafting up the base, getting that battery bank, an item furnace, ceiling lamps. So once we get there, we should have a well-illuminated work environment. I'm also going to need to make a few more things, actually. It just occurred to me. So, Jay, let's go to storage. I'm going to need armor storage, so I'm going to tuck this in here. And then I'm going to want weapon storage as well. Okay, and we can go back to our Caravan. There we go. So, soon we'll be moving from Purple Sands into the Iron Trail, and that means spiders. An enemy I am familiar with, but that doesn't mean there can't be slip-ups. We're pretty close to home, though. Alright, so I'm going to take my time and sort of minesweep my way through the iron spiders, making sure I'm not running too close to active ones. Yep, there's an active one, or two. Where's this farm trader? Oh, at the post-ancient workshop. Not too far behind me. Oh, more active ones. That kind of looks like a beak thing nest. And it is. Not going to get too close to that. Right now I actually have the character load distance like dangerously low. So I could almost walk into a swarm of beak things without noticing. And that's to prevent crashing. And I'm going to have to troubleshoot my crashing issues off camera, obviously. Oh, this is probably a lost babbler taking a fight. Yes, it is. Hella and Silvershade. How about we hang out for a second? I don't know who's going to win, but I do know I'm going to interfere. Everyone else is set to passive, so they're not going to get involved. Alright. Is the babbler going to win? No, the babbler looks like he's just went unconscious. Did a pretty good job of downing the spiders. So while I kite the spiders, Frenchie, you are going to run in and loot that babbler with Red Rain. Got a profit off of combat and violence, right? Alright, Red Rain, you are going to take everything. Tumorous, a well-preserved Tumorous Club. That's a pretty high damaging weapon, but it's also heavy as hell. Alright, good job. I don't need to execute them. In fact, I'm going to limit the amount of executing I do because some people think it's, and I don't disagree with you, some people think it's a little exploitative. Yeah, as you can see, even zooming out this far, the spiders disappear. Let me fix that a little bit. My graphics right now are on like the zeroest of zero settings because I was crashing so much, but I do need to be able to see enemies from a reasonable distance, so I'll raise that up. Alright, you know what? Truth be told, I don't really need to kill these spiders. Because a few extra electrical components doesn't really matter to me. And the 12 iron plates also aren't super necessary. Yeah, so I'm increasing my view distance just a little bit. I need to see where I'm going or I'm going to walk into some iron spiders. And yet there's another probably babbler fighting a spider or something. Yeah, it's a lost howler. I don't mind if I do. He just won. So you can see their armor is pretty thick. And what I think I'm going to do is Red, Rain, and Ron, and Thorns. Step up to the plate. Go unpassive. And let's do a 5 versus 1. Not fair, but this dude is stacked, so... yeah, just hit Ron for 100, just about. So, purposely not playing fair here, because fair would get me killed. Alright, there we go. Everyone is okay. I'm not going to say they're fine. They're okay. But yeah, we have another Madman's Great Club. Same quality as the last one. So, same stats and everything. Thorns do the honors. And we have some Shrieker tablets as a result. And we had some from the first fight, too. Oh, we're already patched up. Cool. That was fast. And heading home. Really any oh, you know what? Let's also loot this spider. Might as well, right? This one's actually just dead. Well, it's dead now. It was deactivated before. Okay, well, that's profitable. We have some Shrieker tech to... oh, Ron, you also need to give up your club because you cannot run with that thing. There we go. It's always nice to find freebies on our way home, isn't it? And freebies of a lot of armor that we'll be able to sell. If you're wondering why I'm selling it, I'm about to start manufacturing hiver armor, and I'd rather wear hiver armor at a pride than Shrieker armor and making me look like the enemy. Alright, everyone was very, very, very hungry. That was a bit of a hunger march. First things first, let's get the crafters crafting, right? So let's go to squad. Heresy, you're first. You are going to be added to... you know, I'm actually going to have keepers be our crafters. Just so they're treated a little bit different. So Angel's going to drop down there. Oboro will eventually be a crafter, but alright. Angel is our cook. Heresy, you are going to be taking over for the Queen here. So Queen no longer doing electrical bench. Heresy will eventually be robotics, but for now, because I don't have the technology for robotics, we'll be doing electricals. Alright, next up, we will move Crab. Crab joining the Keepers. And Crab, you are going to be hauling to the weapon bench and making weapons. And then the weapons I'm going to be making, I'm just going to make iron clubs because they're the cheapest to make. Clubs and staves are the cheapest, or the, actually, you know, let me make staves. Staves, whatever you want to call them. And that's good. Next up, who do we got? We got Resnick. Resnick, you are going to be our armor smith, or one of them. So Resnick, you are going to be working on the clothing bench and hauling to the armor storage when you're done. And we'll just queue up some clothing here to see what we want. I don't think I'm going to use any of that, but it's good training for him. So that's good. Next up, we are going to have Skith join the Keepers. Skith, you are going to head to the brewery and start brewing up grog, because we have some wheat to do it. Queen, we need to put our excessive amount of research to good use. So, oh, oops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. That is a lot of research, so let's go ahead and first do the things we want. Better generators, battery power and capacity, iron plates, rain collecting, stone refining, weapon grades. Get all the training stuff, even though I'm not going to use it, just to get it done. And Queen's going to be busy on the research bench now for a while. What else? Thorns can start putting the plates away. Queen, you had armor. Let's give that to Sangheli, rather. Sangheli, trade it off again. Okay. Sangheli, when you're idle, go sit. Pillar, when you're idle, go sit. Alright, what else do we got? We have Geyser here, or Geezer, whatever. We're going to make you a fuel dude, and then hauler when there's no fuel to be fueled. Alright. And that means that you are switching to Hands of the Queen. Now, it kind of makes sense that Hands of the Queen and Keepers switch, but I could just rename them some other time. Snowy. Snowy, Snowy. You requested that you're going to be a crafter. So, Snowy, you are going to be moved to... Where are you? To Keepers. And you are going to make some leather. So, a tanner. Who else do we got? Thorns and Cookie, or Johnny and Cookie wanted to be Caravaneers, so we'll leave them in. So for right now, I will put Hella at swords and Frenchie. No, we'll put Ches guarding the base and Thor guarding the base and Beat guarding the base. And then the Swarm is going to be our caravan that heads back out. So, when these guys don't have anything to do, which they really won't ever, we're just going to have a seat here. And Queen, when your research is done, you will maybe go to the throne, or maybe hang out with your people. So the Swarm here is our trade caravan, and I need to fill them up with trade stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is fill them up with food so they don't get hungry like they did on last run. So there is foods for Silvershade, Frenchie, you're at capacity, Ron. There's some food, Ray. Oops, Ray, you don't have a backpack. Minus doesn't have a backpack either. Talon doesn't have a backpack. Johnny, okay. Cookie has a backpack. Of course Cookie has a backpack. Your name's Cookie. Then everyone here that got hurt is going to have a quick rest. Not sending them out wounded. Alright, looks good. And their hunger will recuperate now that they're home and have a nice supply of food. Cool. The farmer trader is just outside on their way. Oh, another thing I could do is load up my dogs with some more trade goods too. I have a lot of electrical components that I don't need, and then they also could ditch the iron plates because I'll be using them. And if you're wondering why I'm selling the armor, because I'd rather wear my own. Alright, that looks good. Now let's ditch the meds, though. And then the farm trader is going to buy some of this stuff. Snowy. Hauling to... Are you actually tanning leather? Or are you just sort of standing there, pretending you are? There you go. Now you're working. Alright, so we've got weapons going on, we've got electrical components, we got armor, some cloth armor, granted, but the cloth armor will help, because we have so many fabrics, will help train Resnick so he can start doing hive armor, and then Snowy will help doing the leather tanning will help train so that she can also be armor smith, because eventually we can have a medium and heavy armor crafter. We don't need just one. Alright, the farm trader should be here pretty soon. We don't have a hemp processor yet, but that's just because we don't have alloy plates. Maybe we can grab alloy plates when we head out to World's End. We can stop by, or even buy them there. Alright, so those fabric boxes are obviously causing some harm. I'll have to keep an eye on that. First thing we're researching is for the generator that we have to generate more power, because we just added a bunch of ceiling lights, and that's pulling more power from the generator than we can supply. So right now the battery is feeding the grid, but it's about to be empty. And it's empty, which means some lights probably just flickered off. Or some things, I don't know what exactly. Angel, where are you? Oh, sitting on the throne. So, if you're sitting on the throne, that means that whatever I have to cook, I'm out of cactuses, and I'm also out of green fruit. So yeah, I guess you can go idle. This is not for you to do at the moment. Alright, this lamppost can be off for now. I don't have anyone working the mines. As you can see, torch posts are a lot of bang for your buck. They're not a lot of light, but they also don't drop power, so it's good on the power grid, you know? Another thing I could do is I could add another small fuel generator, but I'd rather not. I don't know what is actually being unpowered right now. Probably Skith, are you gonna constantly get stuck there? You really are, aren't you? Let's fix that. Angel and... yeah, Angel, let's go ahead and... wow, this general storage chest has way too much stuff in it that it should not. Alright, iron plates go in there. Alright, we have too many iron plates. That looks good. Angel, maybe you could give your armor, your pants up to someone. So minus... I didn't need the pants, but whatever. Yeah, you can have your pants back. I don't need to steal her pants. Alright, most of the caravan people are pretty well rested. We still need a little bit of rest on them. And then what I could do is have people like Ray carry the rest of this stuff. I am going to sell the Red Howler. I know. It wounds you. It makes you sad. But, right now I need the money to fuel my economy, so that is the priority. So we'll have these guys carry grog. They'll be grog haulers. Don't drink it. Don't drink on the job. That's way too heavy for Cookie. Alright, that's about all the room I have. I could finagle a little bit more room, but I'm not that concerned. They have plenty of stuff on them to sell. This farm trader should... yep, they're almost here. Brilliant. So, let's see. Crab has 2 stabs on his back. Sometimes the weaponsmith doesn't put them away, but let's see about... oh yeah, there we go. Level 5. It's a humble start. Armorsmith level 4. Armorsmith level 4. Yeah, humble start, but start nonetheless. Exciting. Exciting, exciting. Now, another thing I could do is I can turn my weapons back to raw iron. So one of the things I was going to do to be able to plate beat is when hungry cannibals and stuff like that come and fight me. Oh, Crab's sleeping. Okay, yeah, that's fair. You did get hurt. When hungry cannibals come and fight me, I can just melt down their little dinky weapons into the raw materials I need, which will be nice. Alright, so this caravan is good to go. Ray, you are the slowest. Let's get to the other side of the bridge. And they are 10 strong, so not violating any rules or anything. Oh, but, ooh, ouch, ouch, ouch. They're camping us already. Stupid spiders. That did not take very long. Another one? Come on, guys. This is a bad start to a caravan. Walking into so many active spiders. Should have just let the farmer trader do it, right? Have them get chopped up. Alright, thorns, I think, took the brunt of that. And fortunately, bone dogs are tough and take a while to get slowed by stuff like that. Alright, all inactive. Ray, you're a little too heavy. Oh, I see why. And you don't have a backpack. Actually, Ray, Ron could carry that. Yep. No problem. Alright, Minus. You're going to have to find your way up this mountain. Please don't run into it. Oh, who are you? Tech hunters. Okay. A dude named Skinner gives me pause, but if he's a tech hunter, he's a tech hunter, you know? Alright, let's run out there. Then switch back to the Queen. I think this farm trader is about to come in on us. Yep, there they are. About to say hello. How is my, It looks like the cactus and vegetables just got harvested, but where'd they go? Also, Meat Pants, you don't need to have, like, 3 dust witches on you. That's a little greedy. Yeah, mostly we just have bread. I think I'm going to have to expand my green fruit and cactus storage amount. Because we are always out of green fruit and cactus. Which means the angel's going to be out of a job briefly while we get the resources to be able to expand those. The arrow making bench really probably ought to be put into, and same with the hemp, in here eventually, but I'm not going to do it just yet. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. Another thing I want to do is graphics. Let's go in here and just decrease all of these just a little bit. Some of it might require a restart. I don't think it does. I just don't like how it keeps disappearing over distance. So I actually worked to remove some of these fabric chests, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to empty them out first, and that way they shouldn't become something that we get stuck on. Skith kept getting stuck trying to get wheat straw to the grog machine. Really? You're going to be stuck anyway? Come on, I just removed them. Alright, we got battery power 2, which is nice. And here we have the farm trader. Gonna yell something about us being hiveless. So Angel, you wanna field this one? They're limping, so clearly they got beat up on their way here. Good. Perfect. We really needed cactus, so I will buy your cactus. And then we want the iron plates. I will buy them as well. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I'll sell you the howler stuff. That didn't sell for nearly as well as I thought. The hook. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do either. Talk to them again, please. Oh, darn it. Alright, we'll, how do I do this? Fine. I will put it in my backpack first and then sell it to them. No, they don't have any money for that. What is there else for me to buy off them? Wheat, I suppose? I have a lot of it, but they're out of money and I can afford some. Alright, and then they're tapped. That's fine. Angel, you can put the rest of the electrical components away. This farm dude has no more money. We took it all. Alright, so that gives us cactuses to cook. Oh boy. I'm probably going to kill the queue here. No more. Because we want another cactus farm. So we'll wait a bit and build up the amount of cacti that we have. What do we have, 55 there? Actually, how much? It only costs 40 to build this, so let's go ahead and do it. Actually, I didn't raise that up all the way. Hit the plus key. There we go. Now we can see the fencing. And Jay, you will get that done. Really, you're gonna... Takes 40 cactus to build that thing. You're gonna take, not enough to build it? Oh, they stuck around. Usually they leave pretty quick. But he's pretty hurt, so he might want to stick around. Crab, are you working? No, you're sitting around. So sometimes what ends up happening is the weaponsmiths don't actually put their weapons away. And as a result, they go idle pretty quick. Resnick's still working on his first light body wrap. Not the quickest crafter, but we're starting to get some leather as well. Swarm is being targeted, so let's go check that out. Oh, weird, it's Garu. Was not expecting Garu. I was expecting something, but not Garu. The cactus farm needs management, so Meat Pants, that's you. Gonna manage yet another cactus farm. Throw this up next to the other cactus farm. And then, just to lighten your load, I will manually water it this first time. So you don't have to. Alright, I need to be paying attention to Minus over here. I always wince every time I have to switch zones. Given all my recent crashes. A lot of wincing going on here. A lot of wincing, I'm not going to lie. These things are fast. They're not all that tough. I mean, I could take them. But, I kind of low-key don't want to. How fast are you running? 22? Yeah, you're running faster than me by a mile an hour. Just because you're faster doesn't mean you can catch up and swing, though. That's a little bit different. But at some point, it gets annoying. So, everybody, you're not passive anymore. You're aggressive. Now, Garu could take a beating, but they're just greatly outnumbered, so there honestly wasn't a lot of hope for them. Alright, let's patch up. Let's kill them. all. I'm going to kill them by taking just one leather off of each, and then we can try to manage to loot the rest. Ron weapon goes back to thorns. Let's send some of this to Silvershade to free up some space. Silvershade can be encumbered a lot more than he is before he's slow enough that it matters. Check health. So, 24 Frenchie on a leg, but that's still faster than... Yeah, there's no injuries here that concern me. Okay, so then what we're going to do is start looting the meat. So, Red Rain has some space. Frenchie down to 21. Okay, let's speed you back up a teeny bit. There we go, 22. Getting them like a little bit encumbered is fine. They're going to build up strength almost negligibly, but that's fine too. And leave nothing to waste here. There we go. Everything has been looted, minus the few things I threw out. 2 basic first aid kits, not a big deal. Sorry, Garu. You really did have it coming, though. I don't think I antagonized you, and then you came and tried to stomp me to death. So, justice served? Oh, that doesn't look like a fun group. Foolish babblers patrolling. Fortunately, no one got hurt bad enough to warrant stopping or anything like that. We're still a trade caravan, and we're still moving. This sort of low-key looks like a, Oh, wow. Hello. Sploosh? What are you wearing on your head? Okay. What is your name? Moaning Samurai? That is some interesting getup you got there. These screamers are pretty far from home. We're not really in screamer territory. Yeah, that was a big thing nest that I thought I saw before. A big thing nests tend to have these, like, just bones everywhere, right? So, it's not even a lot of eggs in that nest. I'm almost tempted to just run the babblers through the big things and get them babble killed. And I kind of did it here. Yep. Enjoy. I could stick around. Should I stick? No, I'm not going to stick around and profit off of this. Also, the guy chasing me, his melee attack is like through the roof. And by that I mean able to kill me, the moaner that's wearing the big can on his head. Captain Folgers here. He is not leaving me alone. Wow, that is a big blade. Yo, Folgers, get off. Back off. Your whole squad's getting eaten by big things, and you're still chasing me? You are a bad leader. What is you? You're a Hot Longs, the tech hunter, and a whole bunch of cannibals. Hey, Hot Longs, you better get moving. You have the situational awareness of a potato. And the cannibals are going to treat you like a potato. Okay, well, she's dead. No, actually, the rest of the squad's chasing me, so she might be fine. Tech hunter still... Oh, no, she's dead. Let's not watch that. What is this, Convention of the Crazies? Oh, yeah, we've got one of those, like, Grand Wizard cannibals here, too. The Tin Man, right? If the KKK and the Wizard of Oz had some sort of anime crossover. That's a weird thought. I'm very tempted to see what kind of weapon that is on his back. I think if all of us teamed up on him, the trouble is I really don't want to be disabled or slowed or have a limb chopped off given his attack. Because this is the bad zone to be harmed in such a way. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to play it safe. This is a trade caravan after all. And it does not have... It's not all combat people. Are you done? What was that? Scrawny cannibals. Yeah, he's probably done chasing us. Alright, going up to World's End. Pausing for just a moment, heading back to Keepers. And let's check out Crab. Okay, Crab is, again, idle. So, again, had made the staves, whatever, and, item furnace is now on. Makes raw iron. And that way we're recycling, right? We take iron plates, turn them into staffs, take the staffs, turn them into raw iron. The raw iron could be turned back to iron plates, but instead what we're going to do is we're going to plate beat the raw iron into armor plating. So the staves become iron plating that becomes armor. It's a strange process, but one that makes sense to me, and that's what matters, right? Alright, so Jay must be done. Jay, when you're... Oh, there is no more seats left. Well, Jay, I don't know what to tell you. When you're done, just stand around. An engineer's work is never done. Oh, and then Meat Pants doesn't even have farming work done to do, so he sits on the throne. That's fine. I don't really care who sits on the throne. That just means all these farms are done, so he is a bit of a farming champion. Queen is cranking through that tech. Oh, look at that tech backlog. Yikes. And then all the rest of this... Well, no, not this stuff. Alright, we're out of books. That's good. I hate when I buy too many books. So one way to stop him... I don't know. We'll just have to keep an eye on Crab. Make sure that he's working. Smithson's coming up. Able to make rusted junk. Still working on the first light body wrap. Oh my goodness, that is slow. Alright, warping back to minus. Where did you put us? You strayed from the path, my friend. You put us in a wall. I'm really curious when minus here is going to get a little faster. What's your athletics at now? 41? Alright, so the crazy switchback mountains of the World's End being traversed. But we're pretty close. And we're here for a trade caravan. We have a crazy amount of trade goods on us. And also recruiting. So let's pop into the bars. Silver Shade or Frenchie. Frenchie, you get to be the selling liaison now. And the recruiter. Show me what you got. Frenchie, let's sell all these teeny, weighty, small meds. Buy one more big splint kit, or one advanced splint kit, rather. Because you've used up your other ones. Sure, I'll get bolt heavies research done. Why not? And then, let's trade for what they're worth. So, you are out of money. And that brings me pleasure that I traded so good. Alright, before we leave here, hivers. I don't see any on the first floor. Or second floor. Next bar. We are bar hopping. Alright, first, the trade. I do see a hiver here, though. Might be a prince. I didn't take a close look. The maps and the blueprints we don't need. Okay, so then the trade itself. Oh, the money. The money. We have 27k now. Oof, yes. Alright, you are a prince. You all are princes, but... Yep, so can't do that. That's a no-go. Second floor. Check. Well, shucks. I guess this was a trade caravan, so even if I don't get anyone recruited, still feel like it's a big old net positive. Teeny splint kit. I'll buy a standard first aid kit just to make sure I have enough. I really ought to start amassing more sleeping bags too, so. Alright, so that backpack is empty. This one is empty. Now for what I was physically holding, and that's going to bankrupt this shopkeeper. Bottom floor is no hives. Top floor, no hives. And I don't think I've checked out this bar. This is the last one. Top floor already, no hives. Bottom floor is going to be no hives too. I just know it. Come on, Frenchie. Yep. Ain't anyone here. Alright, well, last bar. Let's re-up your grog. Checking the maps and blueprints. Nothing. And this is why it is so easy to make money. I have almost 50 grand. Is there adventurers here? That is my next question. Because if we could hire them out to send people home... I don't see any adventure reps. Let's see what you got over yonder. I could buy a really, really nice arm for the queen. She needs a left, if I recall correctly. Let's take a look at these maps. Ancient Labs? Sure. But Frenchie was going to be our vendor this time. Not that it matters. Lost Library? Why not? A few books? Sure, I just ran out. That couldn't hurt. You got a lot of backpacks. And time to buy my grog and random associated armor. Alright, looking good. Let's reconvene. We could also buy stuff too. That is not against the rules. I'd prefer to craft, but buying is always a possibility as well. Just making sure that no one has anything on that they don't need or don't want. Alright, so here's armor and bow, sword, headgear, and bars. I think this trade caravan is... We could pick up iron plates and go to the mechanical shop. Let's see, Queen here. You've got a left economy arm. Frenchie will see what she can do. He can do to please the Queen. Oh, this is the wrong shop. Oops. But there is some ancient science books. Now, the only reason these are available, I think, is because I had to import a save. And I think I've purchased these before. So, crazy, but I'm going to leave them. And I'm going to leave them because I'm not supposed to be able to purchase 2 more here. When you import saves, you sort of reset... you reset the shops, and then the shops have more stuff. I guess what I'm trying to say is there should only be ever 2 books here, ever. And I've already come here and purchased those 2 books, and then the import put them back. And I think it would be a little bit of an exploit if I bought 2 more. I haven't, however, purchased the ones from the scrapyard, so I can go there. I believe I've never bought them there. Alright, so here's a lot of little blueprints, and I'm actually going to buy all these up. Our queen likes knowledge, so I will know soon how to make all this stuff. Now, this stuff isn't hiver stuff, which means I can't craft to wear it, but I can craft to sell it. And why not, right? And I could also do that with armor and crossbows. Now, I am allowed to craft my own crossbows, so let's go. Actually, that would be a good thing, good blueprint to learn. Let's see. Spring bats, bolts heavies, and bolts regular. I don't really want spring bats. I'll probably jump to eagle cross, but I'm not going to do that until I have a decent amount of precision shooting. Alright, this store is just Tech Hunter House. Silver Shade's going to do this trade. See if there's anything else I want to buy. Now, those blueprints did low-key bankrupt me. So here's a skeleton arm left standard cost. That would be an improvement to what the Queen has. Not a big jump, but a jump enough to warrant buying it. But it will... I'm not going to say it's going to bankrupt us, because we do have a decent amount of money. But it's expensive. But let me see if I... Yeah, I'll buy it. Alright, so we have 13k left. Let's follow minus. And we are going to risk heading south. I'm just going to basically run to Black Desert City as the crow flies and hope that these guys traverse well there. It's a long run, but that will be a good tech run. No, actually, I'm going to have them come home first and re-up on trade goods. More electrical components and copper, maybe, and drop off the stuff that they have, because they have some leather in the armor and the copper plates that will allow me to make hemp, or allow me to make hash. And the arm. Queen's had a crappy arm long enough, I think. Paid her dues. Alright. And then we'll head to Black Desert for the technology. Right now, we're tech-locked out of robotics due to not having those ancient books. I don't have the manpower or strength to go into an ancient library, which would have books. I would very much die doing that. It's generally guarded by lots of spiders. What kind of camp do we have over here? Who owns this? Cannibals? Okay, let's not be part of that cookout. We will become cooked. I don't need them eating tasty roasted bugs or anything like that. Oh, and here are the cannibals. Man, imagine how bad you have to be exiled as a cannibal. Because these are Canhead exiles. Oh, actually, they're Canhead exiles because I beat Canhead and sold them. Or, I didn't sell him. I bountied him. Put him in jail as a bounty hunter. Yeah, so you're exiles and that's my fault. They're probably not all that happy with me as a result. I am fully responsible for that. And proudly so. That was my first big bounty. It was a pretty easy one, though. If you recall, episodes back, his big raiding party got chopped up by iron spiders, and it was not that hard to subdue him and the rest of the raid party. Alright, so Big Thing Nest, that hasn't moved. In fact, it's on the map. Pausing real quick to take a look at my homies. Crab, of course, really doesn't like work. But the quality is going up, actually. So if you take a look, there is... We went from rusted junk to rusted blade. Rusted blade is a quality level. So Crab is high enough to go up a quality level. So he has a small chance to craft rusted blade quality stuff, which is higher. Not that much higher, but it's progress. if you could believe it. Resnick's still working on that first body wrap. And we just ran headlong into a group of cannibals. Are these the exiles that I laughed at? No, this is a Grand Wizard Horde. That's not good. Alright, so Minus here is... What are you doing? He was standing around pretending to run slow. The power of the hivers here is they can outrun everyone. So, let's. And these are berserkers. Oh, good. Grand Wizard and berserkers. That's a healthy combo. I didn't get much warning. There was not a whole lot of flashing. It was just like I was being attacked. I didn't get hurt that bad, though. Alright, continuing on. The Grand Wizards are some of the leaders of the cannibals, so they're not to be messed with. Well, guys, that's about all the time I have for this episode. Thankfully, I did not crash during it, so I must have done something right tinkering with my settings. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line. Of all the patrons that I've had and all the new patrons that I have, I want to thank you very much, very honestly. The support for this series is incredible, and you guys are awesome. All the viewers that keep tuning in, few days after few days, thank you for that as well. You're helping keeping this series alive. Catch you all later. Adios.